At this point, do you still practice medicine or do you put all your energy into creating content online and helping people that way?
So I have a small family practice. I still see patients who basically have been my patients for decades. Some are housebound; they can't get out, and so I make home visits for them, just so they don't have to go see a new doctor. But I'm not taking new patients currently. I'm devoting the rest of my energy to social media, to reaching out to people saying, hey, you don't have to be sick the rest of your life. You don't have to have this mental illness, this physical illness for the rest of your life. There's a way out of that. Let me show you the way. And so I feel like that multiplies my ability to help people. And this is all Nisha's fault. My wife, she's told me 5 years ago, you should start a YouTube channel. And initially when she said that, I'm like, that's dumb. I'm a doctor. I'm a board certified fellow in the American Academy of Family Physicians. Why would I start a YouTube channel? And then one day I came home and she said, how many people did you help today? I said, I don't know, 30, 40. She's like, that's great. I'm proud of you. What if you could have just have answered my question? I helped 3,000 or 4,000 people today. Would that be something you'd be interested in? And I'm like, well, yeah, but that'd be a busy day in the clinic. She's like, you could start a YouTube channel. And so after about the third suggestion, I'm like, no, she's absolutely right. Why would I basically keep this from 3,000 other people a day when I could just be sharing this with them? I'll make a YouTube video, put it out there. If it helps people, great. If it doesn't help people, it didn't cost me a penny. Why not do that? And so I started doing that. I would go upstairs at lunch at the clinic, make a video. When I got to the clinic early, I'd make a video. Before I saw patients, I'd make a video at the ER in between during downtime. And that's how the channel has grown. And now I do the social media thing full-time, part-time practice, also full-time job as a farmer and a rancher. So I still have 2 full-time jobs, but they're different jobs than they used to be. And I feel like that I'm helping many, many more people than I could have ever helped just in the clinic.
When you started to put your energy into the online world and you were still practicing at the time, how long did it take before things started ramping up and you could see there's really some momentum and people want to hear what I have to say here?
It probably took a year and a half. And the thing that really freaked me and my office staff out was I can remember after probably a year and a half of making YouTube videos, my nurse, who I'd worked with for over a decade, she came in and she's like, what are you up to? Because these are my people. These are country people. They're not into the social media. They may be on Facebook, but they're not gleaning information from social media. She's like, what are you up to? I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, well, the first patient is a lady from North Carolina who flew to Nashville, Tennessee and rented an Uber or rented a car and is driven to Camden to see you as a new patient. And then later in the morning, we have a lady who flew from California to Nashville, rented a car, and is driven to Camden, Tennessee to see you as a new patient. Then this afternoon, we have a gentleman who flew from Arizona to Nashville. And so she's a common sense country girl. And she's like, you got to be up to something fishy. I don't know. Why are these people coming from other states in the union and literally renting a car to drive another 90 minutes to come see you in the clinic in Camden, Tennessee? And I'm like, they must have seen my YouTube videos. I don't know. And sure enough, that every single one of them. And so so we had a clinic fire several years ago. Our clinic burned to the ground. But before that happened, over half of my patients every day coming to the clinic were people who had seen my YouTube videos or my Facebook videos or my Instagram page and they were so unhappy with their existing healthcare provider that they had went that far out of their way, which to me, it's the ultimate compliment. Like my heart, I feel so humble and so blessed and so proud of Nisha's idea that caused that to happen, that these people were so hungry for health, mental health, physical health. They were starving for it. And they were getting no answers that helped them in any way from their current healthcare provider, that they literally got on an airplane, then got in a rental car, then spent the night at the Best Western in Camden, Tennessee to see me in the clinic. That told me everything I needed to know, that people are very disgruntled. They're very unhappy. They're frustrated. They're sick and tired of it. They want answers, but they also want answers that work. They don't care if these answers have been vetted by the World Health Organization. They could care less if the American Diabetes Association agrees with this or not. What they care is they want to get healthier metabolically. They want to get stronger physically. They want to get healthier mentally. And when they hear a message like mine on YouTube, and they're like, okay, this is some crazy redneck from Tennessee. I don't know, though. Let me try it. I've tried everything else. After they've tried that for 30, 60, 90 days, and it actually worked, and they also weren't starving to death, and they also felt better mentally, not just, I've lost 5 pounds, but I'm starving to death and I'm miserable. No, it's all better. Physically, I'm healthier. Mentally, I'm healthier. And I lost some weight. And I had to cut down on my blood pressure medicine because my blood pressure was getting too low. When all that stuff happens, a common sense person, an average person, just a bus driver, a hairstylist, a whoever, when that kind of thing happens, when that's never happened on any dietary pattern they've ever tried for their entire adult life, that's very, very powerful. And it's hard for them to forget that. It's hard for them to unhear that. Once they've heard the results that a proper human diet gives them, that's it. They're like, oh, okay, so this is a proper human diet. I don't need to veer from this. I need to eat this from now on if I want to be healthy physically and mentally.
And I feel like two of the factors, at least, that have contributed to your growth are, one, you're a medical doctor, so you've got the education behind you and the credibility. And two, you're somebody that's in the trenches with the people that are watching your videos as somebody that's had their own struggles with their health. And they can see the difference between, 297 pounds now down to 230. You've put this information to the test in your own body and showed that it works.
Yep. And that's another law of human nature, Jesse, is that when people see somebody that they know personally, when they see that person transform their health, or they see that person get rich, or they see that person whatever, they immediately are drawn and attracted to, I want to know details. I want to know what you did because I know you. Remember earlier in this conversation, we were talking about the local regenerative ranchers and farmers. I know that guy. I can go talk to him. So when first of all, when my patients saw previously morbidly obese Dr. Berry, all of a sudden he's losing a ton of weight. And not only that, he's in a better mood. And not only that, his rosacea is better. And he's not clearing his throat constantly because of his severe reflux. And he's not limping because of that knee arthritis. They see that and they know me. They've known me for over a decade. That's powerful. That is a powerful, powerful, hardwired thing in human psychology. When you see somebody you know improve something, you want to do that too. And so that's why I think the biggest thing has been eye to eye, word of mouth. You see somebody you know and love, Uncle Jesse, Aunt Karen. You see them, you haven't seen them in a year, and they're like, "Holy crap, they look amazing! What did you do, Uncle Elmer?" And they tell you, you're like, "Oh." And then you do the requisite internet search, and you find me, or you find one of the other people in the space talking about a proper human diet. And it's so simple. It's inexpensive. You don't have to sign up for a program or buy $100 a month in supplements. You just eat real food and you get healthier. And so I think all that together, plus me being a doctor doesn't hurt. I totally agree. Plus me previously being morbidly obese and miserable and now not being that, I think that helps. All that together kind of gives people this package that just makes common sense. And once you understand all the principles of a proper human diet, it becomes common sense. Like, duh, why haven't I done this all my life? Why haven't I heard about this 20, 30, 40 years ago? Why didn't my grandmother and mother teach me to eat this way? And it's because as a society, we've all been deluded and misled by billion-dollar companies and by governmental organizations that have basically been captured by those billion-dollar corporations who are trying to make a profit. They're not interested in your health.
If you enjoyed that clip, press here for the full episode. I'll see you over there.
I know that you've tried. I know that you've really put in the effort, but you were given the wrong information. If you want good health until being very, very, very old, you need to eat this way.